The difference between Concerta and Guanfacine is this. Hi, my name is John, and 8 years ago I was diagnosed with ADHD. I am here to help you. So let's go. I'm John and I have ADHD. I've had it since I was a kid, and I was officially diagnosed in 2016. I've been dealing with it, managing it, navigating it ever since then, and I've been taking Concerta ever since I was diagnosed. Recently, I've also been taking Guanfacine, and today I want to talk about Guanfacine. So first, I want to talk about what Guanfacine is and how it works. Next, I want to talk about my experience with Guanfacine, what it feels like, the good points and the bad points, and then I just want to talk about if maybe it'll be good for you. So, let's go. Guanfacine is different from stimulants. Stimulants work on keeping you focused, but Guanfacine, for me, works on getting things started. Guanfacine is an alpha agonist and primarily works in the prefrontal cortex. Helps with things like emotional regulation, memory, things like that. Guanfacine comes in tablet form and is taken usually once a day in the morning. I will show you my Guanfacine. So this is what I take, also known as Intuniv XR. I take one of these in the morning. This is the 1 milligram version. And I take it alongside my Concerta, actually. This is my Concerta, 27 milligrams. I take them both at the same time in the morning every day. And yeah, Guanfacine will help you get things started. So what do I mean by that? For a lot of ADHD people, especially for me, there's a lot of mental resistance, a lot of friction, a lot of hesitation when it comes to trying to get things done. If I have a task that I need to do, or a big project that I need to work on, or homework or something like that, that I know that I should be doing, there's so much internal resistance, there's so much internal hesitation, there's so much friction preventing me from doing that, from getting started. There's so much there's all these mental loops that I get stuck in. I know I should do something, but in my head I think, well, if I want to get this started, then I got to do this, then I got to do that, but then I also want to do this, but then I got to do that. I got to do this thing first before I can start this, and it really paralyzes you. It paralyzes me all the time, this sort of stuck in mental loops kind of thing. This completely goes away when you take Guanfacine. When you have something you need to do, and you're on Guanfacine, you just get started. Let me give you an example. So, say you've got to go downtown to get your taxes done. You got to meet your tax guy, get your taxes done. If you're unmedicated, you'd wake up in the morning and you'd think, oh, I got to get up, I got to make breakfast, I got to take a shower, I got to get in the car and drive down there, but the car has no gas, so I got to go to the gas station. But then there's going to be traffic on the way downtown, which means I'm going to hit there around 11 a.m. And then that means I got to find parking. And then that means I've got to find a place to have lunch. And then there's all this resistance, right? There's all these things in your head that prevent you from wanting to do what you need to do. There's all these things that prevent you from getting started. And, in the end, you might not even end up doing that thing you need to do. You end up giving up, you end up staying at home, and you just get completely sidetracked from the thing that you need to do. And then that leads to trouble later on down the road, because now you're late on your taxes. Now the government's after you. Now you got to, catch up on all these deadlines. And yeah, it just causes trouble. Now, on the flip side, say you're taking Guanfacine. Say you've taken your Guanfacine medication for the day. You wake up in the morning, you think, I got to do this thing, I got to do this task. Okay, let's go. Let's get it done. Let's do it. Let's get started. No friction, no resistance, no hesitation. None of the mental loops, none of the getting stuck in your head. You just go. And that is the key benefit for me with Guanfacine. Guanfacine has helped me get this video started. This is my very first video. Guanfacine has helped me get off my ass, get off my seat, and get this video started. And it's helped me in many other ways as well. I've been taking Guanfacine for almost 6 months now, and it's helped me tremendously in getting things started that I should have gotten started a long time ago. I really recommend Guanfacine for people who get stuck in the mental loops, who have a lot of resistance in getting things started and getting things done. Some other side effects of Guanfacine are that, for me, it allows me to speak up. Previously, in conversations, in meetings, in big groups, I would have a hard time speaking up if I want to make a point, if I want to say something. There's a discussion going on and, I want to say something, but no, I won't bring it up. Maybe I'll, send it out as an email or something. Maybe I'll talk about it one-on-one, but I'll talk about it later. And that happened a lot before Guanfacine. But now that I have Guanfacine, that hesitation of speaking up, of wanting to say something, disappears. It's gone. I speak up, no problem. Some other side effects of Guanfacine, I guess, talking about sort of negative side effects, I get a lot of dry mouth with Guanfacine, but it's very common also with Concerta too. So I think if you're taking either, you should try and carry a bottle of water everywhere you go. Even now I have a glass of water here just to manage the dry mouth. Also having, mints or gum, candy, things like that helps with the dry mouth. Occasionally you get headaches with Guanfacine, but in general, the side effects are very manageable. So yeah, there aren't a lot of negative side effects for Guanfacine. Now moving on to if this is right for you, Guanfacine. Again, Guanfacine comes in different forms. I take the Intuniv XR form, which is extended release. I believe there's another form called 10X, but I'm not very familiar with that one. But whatever form you decide to take, I think it will help you, especially if you get stuck in those mental loops. If you really have that mental resistance, if you really have the hesitation to get things started, if you always procrastinate on things that you should be doing, if you always find yourself making up excuses to not get something started, or getting yourself distracted into doing something else as opposed to the task, the goal, assignment, project that you need to get started, this medication is for you. The difference between Concerta and Guanfacine is this. Guanfacine, Intuniv, in my case, helps me get things started. It helps me get started on the task that I need to do. Now, Concerta helps me stay focused on that task. It will carry me through to the end of the task. And for me, this is the perfect combination. This is the perfect combination. Guanfacine gives me the push to get started, and Concerta gets me through focus all the way to the very end of this task, this goal, this thing that I need to do. So if you struggle with these things, I highly recommend Guanfacine for you. Guanfacine comes in the form of Intuniv, like I take, 10X, and a bunch of other forms, I believe. I may be wrong. If you have any questions about Guanfacine, if you have, any concerns about Guanfacine, Intuniv, if you want to know more about Intuniv, send me a message, leave a comment. I'm happy to talk about it because there's not a lot of resources on Guanfacine from personal experience on YouTube. So that's what this video is for. Now that I'm thinking about it a little more, it's not just that guanfacine helps me speak up more or helps me get started more, but it just gets me doing what I need to do more. It gets me back on track to doing the things I'm supposed to be doing more easily. So for example, if I get sidetracked by my phone, I'm working on my laptop, typing up a document, and then I check my phone for something, I can consciously tell myself, okay, sorry, it's a washing machine. What I was saying was that if I get distracted by my phone and I'm on my phone for a little while, I can consciously tell myself, hey, you've been on your phone for a little too long, time to put the phone down. And I'll just put the phone down, and that's it. Normally, in cases where I get easily distracted by something, I could tell myself to stop and go back to doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's one great side effect of guanfacine that I've noticed as well. So yeah, just something I forgot to mention that I want to mention at the very end here. Thanks.